Welcome back. In this session, we are going to see about external sources of innovative opportunities. So, in that, number one is demography. So, demography we know very well. It refers to study of population. So, we can say all changes noticed in population like its size, structure, composition, employment, educational status and income, all these things will come under demography details. So they are unambitious and they have the most predictable consequences. A population study will bring out many facts such as what will be bought, by whom, and in what quantities they buy. So all those details will be revealed when you study about population. So a changing demography offer highly productive and dependable innovative opportunity. Next, changes in perception. Changes in perception creates substantial innovative opportunity. When a change in perception takes place, the facts do not change, but their meaning does. A critical problem in perception based innovation is timing. Timing. In fact, timing is the essence of exploiting changes in perception. And the next subdivision is new knowledge. New knowledge. The basic characteristics of knowledge based innovation are that they have the longest lead time of all innovations. They are based on the convergence of different kinds of knowledge. Knowledge based innovation requires careful analysis of all the necessary factors, whether knowledge itself or social, economic or perceptual factors. Now let's see the main subdivision under identification of business opportunity. So the next subdivision under identification of business opportunity, the main subdivision number one is systematic innovation. Under that we have studied about internal sources and external sources of innovative opportunities. And then the second subdivision is trade fairs and exhibitions. So trade fairs and exhibitions are used both as a tool for generation of new business ideas as well as for domestic and overseas marketing. The terms fairs and exhibitions are used interchangeably. However, the word fair is used to describe a general and large international event offering a wide range of goods, while the term exhibition connotes a national event or a specialized fair. Trade fairs and exhibitions offer opportunity for meeting buyers from different countries at one place and exchanging views and business environment. They help to acquire the latest process, production technology and machines. Entrepreneurs may pick up some new business ideas by visiting these fairs and exhibitions. Over 2000 trade fairs and exhibitions are held annually all over the world. There are different types of trade fairs and exhibitions. It is classified as horizontal fairs and vertical fairs. Horizontal fair means multi-product fairs of general nature. The objective of these fairs is to publicize the economic achievements of a country and expand exports. They attract both business firms and household buyers. Dubai and Malaysia have these fairs once in a year to attract the shoppers. International vertical trade fairs are specialized fair devoted to a single industry, product or a product group. And in India, the concept of trade fairs may be traced back to the holding of melas in ancient times. The Trade Fair Authority of India was established in 1982 to organize trade fairs in India. In Delhi, infrastructure is developed in Pragati Maidan to hold these fairs. And the next subdivision under identification of business opportunity is positioning. Positioning is a tool which helps in identification of business opportunities. Positioning is the position of the product, brand in the minds of consumer. With the help of marketing research, it is possible to quantify and see the perceptual map which shows the gap in the market. And the conclusion of this topic is the process of establishing an enterprise starts with project or product identification. The project or product identified or evaluate with the help of a tool called SWOT analysis. During this stage, the strength and weakness of the entrepreneur are identified and matched with the opportunities and threats in the market. Then the match between the internal and external environment is done. Thus, the idea found most suitable on the basis of SWOT analysis is finally selected to convert into an enterprise. With that, I'm completing this session. Thank you.